It began at dawn, as if the planet itself had been polished into glass. The ground stayed solid, yet everything beneath turned clear. I could see basements like stacked dollhouses, subway tunnels glowing faintly, pipes and cables drawn like veins inside a body. Far below, rivers of magma churned, and deeper still, the core blazed like a hidden sun. At first there was silence, a stunned pause shared across the globe. People stepped onto sidewalks and froze, staring into the abyss that had always been underfoot. Dogs barked at the empty depth. Birds circled wildly. Skyscrapers no longer seemed anchored to anything, their foundations dangling inside crystal rock. Governments rushed to reassure us. Mass had not vanished. Gravity was intact. The world was still stable, just transparent. Farmers tried to plow fields while staring at root systems twisting against infinite depth. Miners abandoned their posts, unsettled by gold seams gleaming temptingly below. Nobody trusted stone that looked like air. Oceans became suspended skies. From cliffs you could gaze through miles of clear water, watching whales drift like shadows above invisible abysses. Sailors felt dizzy, as though their ships floated over nothing. Coral reefs appeared like lace pressed against a window pane. Beaches lost their familiar horizon, replaced by water hanging above a bottomless void. Airports shut down in panic. Pilots refused to roll planes across runways, glowing with molten rivers beneath. Bridges spanned rivers of emptiness, their pylons exposed like brittle toys. At night, cities gleamed doubly, lights above and fiery currents from below. Astronomers made the strangest discovery. Telescopes now saw stars through the planet. Constellations from the southern hemisphere appeared overhead in the north. For the first time, everyone on Earth shared the same sky. The planet was no longer a wall but a lens. Daily life collapsed into spectacle. Privacy dissolved. Apartment floors no longer hid the lives of neighbors. Crowds demanded visual fog machines to restore a sense of cover. Companies sold curtains for the ground itself. Yet, children adapted instantly. They lay on transparent playgrounds, staring at the mantle swirling beneath, treating Earth like an aquarium turned inside out. Religions splintered and multiplied. Some hailed the transparent Earth as proof of hidden fire and eternal heavens. Pilgrims traveled to rift valleys where the glowing core shone brightest, treating the inner sun as revelation. Others called it illusion, a trial of faith. Rituals shifted from skyward prayers to downward contemplation. Sleep became a struggle. Darkness was gone. Even with lamps off, magma glowed faintly under the floor, and starlight pierced from the far side of the planet. I taped paper sheets across the floor, pretending they were solid walls, and begged my eyes for rest. Scientists warned of biological consequences. Roots exposed to constant light grew twisted. Crops faltered. Animals stumbled on glass-like fields, distrustful of their footing. Migratory birds scattered, their invisible maps ruined by a world without opaque landmarks. Then came the first earthquake. Normally tremors strike unseen. This time we watched cracks ripple through the clear crust, magma fountains twisting like scarlet ribbons, faults lighting up under cities. Fear ran faster than the waves themselves. For the first time, humanity saw the earth break in real time, and yet, transparency united us. Nations once obsessed with borders now saw how meaningless lines looked against a planet revealed as one fragile sphere. Leaders pointed not at maps, but at the same glowing core. Every speech began with a glance downward, a reminder that all of us shared one fragile glass floor above fire. Months passed. Some wore blindfolds outdoors. Others built cafes with glass-bottom floors where patrons sipped coffee above burning rivers. I forced myself to walk streets without dizziness, to accept the invisible solidity beneath me. Sometimes I pressed my palm against the clear ground and whispered thanks that it still held. The earth had not vanished. It had unveiled itself. Perhaps the lesson was never about solidity, but about mystery. We thought the world was stone, but it was always a secret waiting to be seen. Now that the crust had become a window, we could finally admit the truth, that we lived suspended above fire and beneath stars. Our lives balanced on a sphere that was never as simple as it seemed.